Hi, I'm Dr. Dranitsaris. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've been talking lately about this crisis of confidence that's happening in leadership. And today I'm going to focus a little bit more on the impact of the crisis of confidence in leaders. And of course, all of this comes from the imposter syndrome, why it happens, and some tips for what to do about it. Because the biggest thing that contributes to this crisis of confidence in leaders is the fact that leaders do not get developed. And so you think of it, you start as someone who is really functionally capable, you work hard, you are really ambitious, and you become an expert in your functional area. And then suddenly, senior leadership says, well, you're competent at this functional area. You should become competent as a leader. And so they put you in a leadership role. And they do not define expectations for you, nor do they tell you how to deal with the people side of leadership, as though something magical is going to happen where you'll know how to manage performance, you'll know how to deal with power struggles and resistance and resolve people's issues between them and deal with some of the aberrant behavior that we're seeing these days in the workplace. And isn't it interesting that what we're seeing is the more entitled employees are, the more employees are blamed by leaders for being entitled, and still leaders are not being developed to teach employees followership and to get them into alignment. So there's a gap that's being created. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, with leaders on one side insecure, lacking confidence, keeping in the weeds, doing the functional role, compensating for their employees, and complaining to anyone who will listen about the attitudes and mindsets of employees these days. So, what's the solution? Well, if you look at the problem from the onset, and where it all starts is in that place where leaders are not being developed. The average time a manager, just a manager, is in their role before they get any leadership development training is 9 years. Think of all of the mistakes that one can make as a manager and all of the insecurity and bad leadership habits that can foster. So my tip for today is very simple. If you're someone in an organization who's struggling as a leader, ask for development. You need to focus on your own development. If it's not forthcoming in the organization, change your own mindset, because you, as a professional leader, need to really understand the competencies that are required in a leadership role, even if your organization isn't telling you what they are. Your job, your responsibility. It's time to step into the gap as a leader and make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful in your job. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you tuning in as always. If you want more information or are struggling in this area, please reach out. Send an email to info@caliberleadership.com. I'm happy to talk to you and provide some insight into what you can do to pull yourself out of this crisis of confidence. Bye for now.